Hello, crafty friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're like me and just can't let go of those beautiful little paper scraps, you're going to love today's video. I'll be creating 2-for-1 Christmas card using die cuts and leftover pieces from that stunning Aurora origami paper by Your Paper Insider. A couple of weeks ago, I shared unboxing of the Your Paper Insider subscription box number 13, which as always was filled with gorgeous papers, including the stunning Aurora origami paper. Now, it came in four different shades. We have pink, blue, yellow, and orange, two shades of each of those shades. Now, I never really tried origami before, so I thought why not use these papers for what I love the most, which is card making. The moment I saw them, I instantly knew I wanted to create butterflies and flowers and use that lovely blue sheet to mimic a bit of snowy magic. I started playing around with these papers and ended up creating this beautiful floral birthday card using the orange and yellow sheets. To my surprise, they die cut perfectly. Even though they were much thinner than your regular cardstock, once layered together, they looked absolutely magical. I love the shine and shimmer these papers have and how beautifully they catch the light. I was so happy with how the florals turned out that I just had to experiment with the snowflakes next. Each of these sheets measures 6 by 6 inches, and for my snowflakes today, I will need just a small portion of that. Now, for the card today, I'm using the Snowflake dies by Cat Scrappiness, which is an older release but still one of my favorites. This set includes three different sizes of snowflakes, each with such beautiful, intricate detailing. I placed the dies over the piece of this blue Aurora origami paper and secured them using some washi tape and ran them through my die cutting machine just once. I assumed since this was a very lightweight paper, running it through my die cutting machine once was just enough. When I removed the dies, I noticed they hadn't cut all the way through the paper, unlike the florals. I realized that since this design was much more intricate, it just needed a couple of extra passes through the die cutting machine. So instead of trying to pop it out and tearing the paper, I ran it again through the die cutting machine. So if you ever run into the same issue, simply pop the die back into place. It's like fitting a puzzle piece right where it belongs and run it through your die cutting machine more times for a very clean cut. After the second pass, I removed the dies and revealed the most beautiful, delicate snowflakes along with a gorgeous negative sheet. That's when I knew there was no way I could throw that away. I just had to use it to create card number 2. Since this paper is quite delicate, I had to be extra careful while removing the intricate die cut from the negative space, making sure none of those fine edges or snowflake rims tore. Here's a closer look at that gorgeous shiny snowflake. Isn't it absolutely stunning? Usually, I like to cut my snowflakes from holographic cardstocks to get that sparkle and shine, but this one truly takes it to the next level. These papers create such beautiful, sparkly focal points, unlike anything I've used before, and I'm absolutely thrilled with how they turned out. For card number 1, I decided to place the snowflakes directly onto the white panel. I didn't add any extra detailing or background texture this time because I really wanted the snowflakes to take the center stage. Now, whenever I'm arranging focal point elements or embellishments on my cards, I like to follow the rule of three. It always helps create a nice balanced design. So I went ahead and aligned all three snowflakes we just created onto our card base. Now, even though I mentioned that the snowflakes would be the main highlight, I still felt the card needed a little winter sparkle because what's a Christmas card without some shine and shimmer? So I placed the white panel into my splatter box and added a few gold watercolor splatters for that festive touch. And to finish it off, I gave the entire panel a light spray of silvery shimmer mist, which added the perfect frosty glow to our background. While the watercolor splatters and shimmer mist were drying on the first card, I decided to start working on card number 2. For this one, I wanted to use the negative piece left from all the snowflake die cutting, basically the scraps that looked way too pretty to toss away. Well, if it was some plain white cardstock or any regular cardstock, I would have definitely tossed it away. But this one, I just could not let go. Now, some of these pieces did tear a little during the process, so I had to be very gentle and precise while aligning them onto a white cardstock panel. I used an A2 size card panel as the base and carefully adhered the origami paper onto it using liquid glue. Now, since this paper is quite thin and delicate, I made sure to use only a tiny amount of glue, just enough to hold it down onto the panel without any of those glue lines showing through the card front. You could absolutely use spray adhesive for something like this, but because my piece was already torn in a few spots, I had and it also had many intricate edges. I felt that the liquid glue gave me more control, allowing me to gently adjust and position it exactly where I wanted it before committing it to the card front. Once both the pieces were in place, I joined them together to form a continuous background panel. You'll notice that a few edges of the origami paper are hanging off the edges, but we'll trim those off later once we finish adding the rest of the details to this panel. To add a little touch of sparkle to this design, I decided to place the thinnest strip of glitter cardstock on either side of the snowflake panel. I'm using glitter cardstock from Your Paper Insider, which happens to be one of my absolute favorites. It's a sheen finish glitter paper, so you don't have any worries of all that loose glitter mess all over your workspace, which is always a plus. Well, I didn't measure the exact width of the strips, I simply eyeballed it and trimmed out the thinnest pieces that would nicely frame both sides of the panel. I adhered them in place using liquid glue and then trimmed off any of that extra paper hanging off the edge for a neat finish. Finally, I trimmed the entire panel down to 4 by 5 and quarter, making it slightly smaller than a standard A2 size card base, so it would have a nice even border around it when mounted onto your card base. By this point, my watercolor splatters on the first card were dry, so I could finally work on assembling that panel. Now, this one was pretty straightforward. All I had to do was adhere the three snowflakes onto the card panel. Now, if the design wasn't too delicate, I would probably have used foam tape to add dimension. But since this paper is thin and intricate, I decided to keep everything flat and attach the snowflakes with liquid glue to make sure none of the delicate edges bend or tore. This panel is also slightly smaller than the one we created before, which was 4 by 5 and quarter. This one measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches, giving it a slightly larger border around the edges, which helps the snowflakes stand out even more. For intricate die cuts like these, I prefer using my Barely Art glue, which has that fine needle-like tip that allows just the tiniest drop of glue to flow out. Perfect for these delicate detailed pieces. And just like that, both our card fronts are ready. I'm so thrilled with how they turned out. While we didn't use any traditional holiday colors, I absolutely love the shine and sparkle on the snowflakes, which gives both our cards a truly magical wintry feel. For my sentiment, I die cut the word joy along with the shadow from the Holiday Duo die set by Simon Stamp. I used the same black glitter cardstock that had used for the strips on card number 2. I really love the elegant, delicate font on this. It adds such a refined touch to our card. For the shadow, I die cut from VELLUM, which not only helps ground the sentiment but also gives it a subtle soft look. I also die cut the same sentiment from silver glitter cardstock, again by Your Paper Insider, which I plan on using on cards with darker background for better contrast and shine. Now, before adhering both of these die cut sentiments, I decided to add a little sub sentiment that says sending from the Peaceful Trees stamp set, also by Simon Stamp. Now I placed both the card panels onto my Altenew stamp wheel and using a grid transparency sheet, I carefully aligned the sentiment and the die cut joy just to get the spacing correct and then stamped the sub sentiment using Versafine Onyx black ink for that crisp clean finish. If you like, you could also add embossing powder over the pigment ink for some extra shine and sparkle. But at this point, though I didn't want to risk disturbing the delicate card front, I decided to simply stamp the sentiment as is. Once that was done, I moved on to adhering the die cut joy word using liquid glue, finishing off the sentiment layer neatly and securely. For delicate die cuts like these, I usually like to stack up multiple layers of the word die to add some dimension. But for this card, however, I stuck with a single layer of glitter cardstock. I like to then use my reverse tweezers, which gives me a much more control, especially when the pieces are as intricate and fragile as this one. Now that our card fronts are complete, it's time to mount them onto card bases. At first, I considered using blue cardstock to match the snowflakes, but I ultimately decided to go with the classic white cardstocks instead. I mounted both the panels onto card bases using foam tape, and I absolutely love how they turned out. I'm so glad I trimmed the panels to be slightly smaller than A2 size card base. The white on white border combined with the lift from the foam tape creates a subtle shadow effect around the edges, giving the cards a little extra depth and dimension. And there you have it, two sparkling, winter inspired cards made entirely from beautiful origami paper and leftover die cut pieces. I love how each one turned out, from delicate snowflakes to the subtle shimmer and shine, giving them a magical wintry feel. These cards may not have traditional holiday colors, but the sparkle and texture makes them feel extra special. I hope this video inspires you to look at your scraps and leftover papers in a new way. Sometimes the smallest piece can create the most beautiful designs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will have links to all the supplies that I used in today's video listed down in the description box below. Please note that all of these links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I'll get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.